guys!
Hello!
Latest movie that we have seen and we're about to review
Is Saving Mr. Banks. I was waiting every month, and I could not wait for it to come out, and once it did, we ran to the movie theaters.
And actually, we saw this movie like when it first came out, and holidays have just been kind of crazy, so we're sorry if this review is like, well, a couple weeks late, but
hopefully you can make it to the theater still and check it out for yourself.
Yeah.
Now, I want to start this with the fact that I thought this was going to be a little bit more focused on Disney himself. It is not Disney's biography. I don't know why I thought that or if anybody else was thinking that. It really is a story that deals with Mary Poppins. You know, if you've never seen it, who are you and why? Basically, it is the story of how Walt Disney acquired Mary Poppins and his struggle to make that film. Him dealing with P.L. Travers.
Mary Poppins has been one of those classic movies that you watch growing up. And everything that you love about it, you know, the songs and just, I don't know.
The characters themselves.
The characters themselves. Best nanny in the world. Julie Andrews is amazing. And then I just never realized how big of a deal it was to just create that film.
It makes for a great movie itself. Who knew?
We're not going to do any spoilers. We're not going to give too much away. But it does flashbacks from the 1900s and flash forward to 1961. And that's where you see Walt Disney working with her. And this lady is very, very difficult to work with.
And from the moment you first see her, you're just like, we have to spend the next few hours with her.
Walt Disney has been wanting to get the rights to Mary Poppins, particularly 20 years.
20 years, yeah.
And she just kept resisting. And it finally got to a point where, like, her books just weren't selling very well, and she was kind of short on money. And so she finally went along with it, met up with Walt Disney in California, and she was just rude off the bat.
Walt Disney seemed like he was kind-hearted and really, you know, did everything he could to make her happy. Do you think that if Mary Poppins was actually, if he acquired the rights maybe 15 years before that, do you think it would be as different than what it was today? What we know Mary Poppins is today?
Oh, I think totally would have been different. Julie Andrews wouldn't have been in it, and she's like, she is Mary Poppins. Even Dick Van Dyke, the side character, which actually she didn't want Dick Van Dyke at all.
The thing is, it would have been in black and white, which would have changed that movie so much.
The people that were working with Walt Disney, the Sherman Brothers, and they're the ones that pretty much wrote the music. They just kept like going back and forth. And it was really fun to kind of watch that interaction together.
They were so like, it's just her. Like, they really didn't let it get to them.
Well, P.L. Travers, she was played by Professor Trelawney, speaking of Harry Potter, played by Emma Thompson. And then Walt Disney by the ever so amazing Tom Hanks.
Yes.
One of my favorite actors ever. I think he did a tremendous job.
That was something else that we also noticed is it's a Disney film, and they really did paint Walt Disney in a perfect light. Like, you really didn't see the downsides of him at all, besides the fact that you can tell that he was a smoker. Something that most people don't know about him. I feel like everything else in the movie, as far as costumes go, as far as making it look period, I thought it was fantastic.
Well, her father is played by Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
And halfway through the movie, I was like, is that Colin Farrell?
I'm like,
there was something about him that just didn't look like him. It was
just
strange.
didn't look like him for some reason. I don't know why.
It could be that maybe I just haven't seen him in a movie in a really long time. I mean, he did a good job.
He did great. This is no spoiler. My favorite parts was the end. When the credits were rolling, everybody stayed behind to watch the credits. Like, everyone stopped to watch it. Everyone stayed because that was probably the most spectacular thing, is watching this story and then in the end seeing this cool results and some of the realistic things that happened out of it. Was there anything you didn't like about the movie?
It can get a little slow for some people. I know it seems like a little repetitive because I feel like 45 minutes of the film is just complaining over and over and over.
I would say that the title of the film is extremely confusing. I understand it now that I've seen it, but at the same time I'm like,
All I know is after leaving the movie, I have been singing "Let's Go Fly a Kite." I've been singing that for like weeks. I mean, it's just ridiculous. After you see this movie, you definitely want to go see Mary Poppins again.
Yeah,
just so that you could see exactly how everything
right away
went down.
Have that queued up
in your mind.
Yeah,
definitely.
When you put out.
I agree.
So I would say go see Save Mr. Banks if you haven't. We thought it was great. It was a beautiful movie.
Yeah, I think it's totally worth buying a ticket at the movies. I know it starts to get expensive going to the movies these days.
But this one's worth it.
Alright then.
That's good.
I hope you guys enjoyed the review and look forward to seeing more reviews from us because we just started the new year, so there's a lot of movies coming our way.
Oh yeah, we'll be there at the theater. We'll see you there.
See you there.
Bye guys.
Bye. Hey guys.
Hello. Oh.
This is bad false start right there. Wow. Thank you for responding to me. It makes me feel like someone's actually watching.
I just feel like no one ever says hi back.
No.
A little bit. No. Lonely.